And we're live. Here we are. This is the check-in show. Four friends checking in with each other, making sure everybody remains nice and sane. Over the I think we're in the end run of the pandemic. Are we in the end run? We're going to be in the end run of the pandemic at this.
We hope.
We hope.
Yeah, we
I
hope.
don't think
And
I don't think it's going to happen until kids are under 11 are vaccinated.
yeah.
Yeah. Those
And I
either that or caged. We can keep them caged. I mean, the U.S. has a history of caging children. So
Yes.
It's true.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Claudio,
Hi,
is
good.
very quiet.
Claudio is very quiet.
No, I'm
yes.
just trying to do something at the same time. So
Hey, it's cool, Paul. It's cool how this bookcase seems to align with your bookcase.
Yes. So I did that on purpose.
Yes, I know. Hey, wow, you're a whiz. You're a whiz. And I have to say your intro there. I question all of our baseline sanities before this pandemic. So
take it.
Yeah, take it.
It is point is greatly taken. So
how's everybody? Hey,
Good.
Don.
Good.
We missed you last week.
Yeah. It was a crazy week.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm having a crazy week this week. I'm having a bunch of stuff done in my backyard. They poured a pad for my garden shed, and right now, as we speak, fence posts are going in all over the place here.
nice.
I'm living in a construction zone.
So are
Nice.
we going to hear the pounding? Is that what you're saying?
I think they've broken for lunch, so there's probably
right.
there's a good chance you won't hear anything. So
Or they stopped because they broke something and they are trying to get
Maybe.
across to the Ontario border and save.
maybe I don't know. These guys are good. I hired a good crew. This is a good contractor. I'm going to have a very, very lovely fence at the end of this.
Excellent.
Nice.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, not cheap, but worth it. Yeah.
If you guys remember, I had the little plush duck from Stream.
Yes. Where'd he go?
I don't know exactly what happened, but where I keep him, I came back and now there's
A space. An empty space. Oh no.
So-
Oh no. An extinct
How long were you
duck.
away, Paul?
it was only 3 days, but
Oh my.
there we go. That's not even a duck bill.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
It isn't. That's some sort of like raven or something.
yeah, I believe so.
No ransom note?
No ransom note, but just,
Maybe he flew south for the winter.
It's possible it'd be smart to do that. I wish
He
if
would be
I
very
could-
smart. Yeah. I think a lot of people are hoping to fly south for the winter. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's Claudio? What has been your week? How's it?
Yeah.
Not much. Just working and doing the usuals.
Mhm.
So, what are you working at now? Just
No, just something stupid that's been bothering me because we made a new poster for Dirty 4, and I'm just trying to put it everywhere, so where the old posters were, I'm taking that down. I'm putting in where the new posters are going. So I'm trying to do that. So it's kind of it's itching me. So it's not really big things, but just something that I want to, because Victoria made the new poster, and so I'm like, all right, so now I'm taking down the old ones and I'm putting on the new ones.
all right. So it's not like she took down the posters and then put up her face larger than everyone else's.
She's
no,
the
no,
star.
No, she could do that. But then I'm gonna maximize her face right in the middle, so all you see are her yellow teeth and eyes. So
Yeah, just like
No
look, it's
jealousy
a
whatsoever.
pour. No,
attacking
not,
her
not.
body image.
we'll be like, is that Victoria? No, just some random.
Well,
crazy
it looks
person.
like part of her nose.
Yeah, exactly, part of it, but no, you can't tell these days.
Yeah.
So Paul, I wanted to ask, how was the nest last night?
I wasn't there. I have something that I can't really talk about until next week.
Okay.
Cool.
But
We're all a Twitter.
I had to make arrangements very quickly, and so
In town, out of town?
I had to go out of town.
Yeah. Okay.
I arrived back yesterday. I'm still kind of exhausted. So, yeah.
Stay tuned for details.
Don, how has things been? Now, I've got a question about Ottawa. So,
Yeah.
the last Yuck Yucks at Elgin happened. Where's Yuck Yucks moving now?
Oh, it's going to be really cool because it's moving to a hotel. It's moving to, I believe, the Marriott Hotel in Ottawa. And I know 20 years ago. No, let me see if I can quickly look up the address. But it is basically going back to its roots. 20 years ago, when I first saw Yuck Yucks as a student going to see live stand-up, it just like way before I even considered doing that myself. It was at the basement, in the basement of a hotel in Ottawa. It used to be Albert Street, but I believe the Marriott now is Kent Street.
Okay. Because I was about to say, because that one you're talking about 20 years ago was on Albert Street.
Yeah, it was really convenient. Very small, definitely a basement. I don't know if this new place is going to be a basement. I think it would be really cool if it would be, but I think I saw something about 100-person capacity. And I don't know if this is before or after COVID guidelines are met, but it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to go see shows there.
The Wiggle Room actually redesigned. It has an 83 capacity, and we're now at 50 with the COVID designation.
Oh, so. I see. Okay, that's a good size number. It should be, nice, like a nice number to get laughs.
Yeah, it's a lot of people say that it's one of the best rooms in the city. Since we reopened, there's only one night that's not been sold out, and we're sold out for tonight.
Great
as well. So
yeah, nice. I find it in room capacity. There's a sweet spot, and sometimes when you get into the larger rooms, like you get 400, 500 capacity, you I don't know. It just seems like it becomes like almost like theater, and it's like it loses some of the intimacy that is stand up. So I think 200, 250 I think is probably my sort of like, that would be the ideal capacity for a typical stand-up club. I mean, I'm not talking about like shows, like people who go on traveling shows and do stage shows and do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 people auditoriums, but I'm talking for like live stand-up, like just live.
Layout matters.
Yeah, layout does matter for sure. Yeah,
you can have like a 50 or 70 seat place, but if it's a long narrow shoebox style, it's on the short wall, the stage is on the short wall, it's not going to be intimate. You're only intimate with like those first 3 rows.
Yes, but that was one of the sort of like I found, even though it was a great room and I loved doing that room, the Works had that sort of like,
it was a
comedy in a shoebox, and when they redesigned the Nest, and they at first they had it sort of like against the back wall near the green room, and then they made it wider. It just opened up everything. Because you put the guy in the center of the room rather than at the end of the room, and the intimacy just like skyrockets.
Yeah. So for Yuck Yucks, it's going to be 100 Kent Street at Spark Street. So that's a really good location. I think it's near a subway stop.
Parliament.
Exactly. It's walkable. It's there's so many great restaurants. Oh, sorry, LRT. The closest thing we have to a subway, but it's broken. Long story. It's out of commission. They're using buses for several weeks to move people around because the LRT, there was a car that derailed, and there's a giant stink about it. So I guess the less we say about that, the better.
Yeah. And we're we're sort of in the middle. We're sort of halfway through our own kind of LRT with this REM thing here in the West Island and in the South Shore, and it's going to be one of those above ground subway type things, train electric thing, and we've yet to see one of them run, and it's like, oh,
I bet you
all the infrastructure's in place, and it's like, oh, this may be.
I bet you anything that the first moment that's going to run is going to break down within a week or two.
Oh yeah, well, we found out at one point that the wheels weren't round, and that's a kindergarten.
That's nice.
Yeah, they're just
the wheels on the bus go sort of round, sort of round.
Except in Ottawa, we're technically beautiful. That was our slogan before. Anyway, come to Ottawa. Just don't take the light rail.
You know what? I'm actually looking forward to the REM because it should mean less people on the bridges.
Yes,
I mean, I'm not taking the bridges, but I live next to one of the exits at rush hour. Going home at night, the lineup of traffic outside my house is horrible.
Yeah.
So many people moved to the suburbs. They upgraded the bridge where I'm at, but it's still just way too many people. Now there's going to be an LRT lane
in the middle of the new bridge. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like what they're building for Ottawa.
It looks beautiful. And we're using a different company than Ottawa, and I think there was a greater oversight because our plant is actually she's apparently taking a lot less graft than previous mayors. So
she's getting rich, but not really quite as rich as the other ones.
Yeah, I don't think she's getting rich.
No, I know.
But she's been doing a good job. All the complaints about the bike lanes, like the bike lane on Saint Denis, it turns out that the stores that are on Saint Denis now are doing better business since it's gone in, since like compared to pre-COVID times, and so it's still COVID times. And so people that were saying, well, you're losing lanes, and there's less messing around with traffic because there's less lanes, so there's people who aren't jumping lanes right and left on it, and because of that, the traffic actually flows
better.
So,
but progress is never a straight line, eh? It's never a straight line. When you change things and you anticipate they will get better, there's always this sort of breaking in period where everything has to sort of fall into place, and once things fall into place, everybody goes, oh, this is wonderful, but they hated it at the beginning, like yeah.
So that's why I'm going to remain optimistic, so I won't be one of those idiots that are being told, you were told so it was going to work.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I have light. It makes a big difference.
I don't know if I need it, but I have light too. Let's see.
Does
that make a difference?
You were better without because it was all the natural light. I'm living in a dark cave. I mean, I've got light behind.
There we go. I've got sunlight coming through the window. I'm in my wife's office and studio thing right now.
Claudio's looking very pensive. I don't know if he's still posting posters and not paying attention to us.
No. I'm paying attention. It's just this is really weird. No, it's because I'm looking at because I'm doing two things at the same time, and it's something bothering me. And when you're saving a file, but then you think you saved it, but then it says it's unsynced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's bothering me.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. So all right, this is bothering because on Monday, Facebook and Instagram were down. So I was so I was with a friend. So I was with a friend.
You were busy,
and then we had to send each other files, and then I'm like, but the files we're sending for some reason, but now I realize that's not synced, and I'm like, gotta do this again.
You and the Dirty Four broke Facebook. It's
exactly.
You guys sending those files.
We did it.
Thank you.
It was all you.
No problem. Whatever we could do to help. No,
is that why you're always in the shadows? You're doing
exactly. Always in the shadows.
I'm doing things and I'm controlling things from the shadows.
Exactly. Man.
How's everybody feeling this time around right about now? I'm actually there was a bit of like, it was a couple of days where it was sort of rainy and gray and like really crappy weather, and I didn't feel as down as I usually do. And now with the sunshine and fall's in the air, this morning was very crisp out here.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like single digits, and there was like fog and everything. It was actually quite nice. Fall day, and you can feel fall in the air. But now it's getting warmer again, and I like fall. Fall is practically my favorite season. Colors, just the change of light and stuff like that. Don't mind spring. Summer I like. Winter I love because I'm a winter person. But fall, I really have a soft spot for fall. Maybe it's because that was the time that I met my wife.
You don't dislike any season.
Well,
like,
I don't like the bugs and the allergy season that is summer, because I suffer from allergy seasons from spring till fall. I have pollen allergies, which last the whole start in the spring with the birch trees and the tree pollen. Then they go into grass pollens and flowers and stuff. Oh, hi, Jess.
Sorry, I missed all that. Hello, Jess. It's 12:11, so that's been up for 6 minutes, and I didn't see it, Jess. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but we got to mention it's Mr. Comedy Handsome.
Comedy Handsome Claudio. There we go.
Which almost sounds like it'd be a slight. If it wasn't coming from Jess, I would almost take it. Yeah. You're not handsome, but you're comedy.
You're comedy handsome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not the classic handsome. You're more the comedy handsome.
You got a great face for radio.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
There's.
All right, I found my file. All good. Sorry about that. All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, what was your answer to that question, Claudio? Mike started with a question and then he went on. And
sorry.
What was the full question?
How was everybody?
Oh wow, that was.
Yes. How did you spend your last couple days? That's what you asked.
Yeah.
Oh yes. No, the same thing. Working and doing stuff and working and nothing exciting.
All right.
Nothing exciting. My life is
sounds so mysterious.
Yeah, yes, I know. I have
life,
secret plans. I'm in the shadows, and I have secret plans. I cannot divulge at this time.
We're starting a cult. No, I'm kidding. No, it's because at work. We're just joking around, and then so we're near an elevator, and there was a bunch of crates. So my friend's like, "Hey, how about we start a cool crates club?" I'm like, "All right, that's awesome." So then we got crates, and then we're just sitting around the elevator, and then we're just chilling there in our break time. The boss comes, and I'm like, "Welcome to the CCC club." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "The Cool Crates Club." And then everyone's like, "How do you join this?" Take a crate, you sit in front of the elevator,
and
that's not working. The elevator that's not working, and then you complain about stuff at work while you're chewing a gum really loudly, and yeah.
Can I throw a complaint out there?
Sure.
Yes.
The CCC club is the Cool Crates Club.
Yeah, there's two clubs there.
Oh.
You put two clubs in there.
I know. We did that.
Is the first rule of CCC club not to talk about the third C?
Exactly. Rule number 1 of the CCC: don't talk about the CCCC club.
See?
CC.
We're gonna name it another alphabet, which I'm not gonna say because then we're like, we're not going down that road.
Well, Don, yourself. What's been
I guess busy. I've been so busy.
With what, Don? Elaborate.
With what? There's a couple of shows that I'm rehearsing for, so I'm doing a lot of storytelling this month. There's a big recording thing that I can't talk about later this month, where I get to contribute. Let's say that. And then there's I'm hosting a live in-person comedy show tonight at 7:00. Comedy at Eddie's, produced by a friend of this show, Janelle Niles, who is prolific.
Yes.
So Janelle produces a fantastic series called Gotland, and she runs a room in Ottawa, bi-weekly show Wednesday, well, every second Wednesday, called Comedy at Eddie. So I'm really excited to host. I haven't hosted before. I haven't thrown in my hat to do it there, but I've hosted a few times in other places. So it's about time that I asked about hosting Eddie. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a few names I recognize, a couple of comics that I don't, that people should check out because I've Facebook researched them and they seem hilarious. And so that's tonight. And then Saturday, I'm doing a 20-minute feature, I guess, on an online comedy show. And again, I think I'm the only Canadian on it. It's produced by my friend Suitman out of Seattle, and he lines up talent from across the country. And it's what is it? It's called The Raw Show. Okay. So it's on at 11 p.m. Eastern time, and it features real amazing or awesome women. That's what it is. But I'm sure because it's on that late, it'll be really amazing, very colorful women. But I also have people who follow me from work, so balance. so it's fun. It's going to be like a good combination of things. But my God, my to-do list. I won't sort of let it linger, but I do these lists because my attention span kind of scatters. Like, you know, I'm going to be tested for ADHD soon, but this keeps me sane. This kind of, you know, but this is like today.
Which is weird that keeps you sane because that looks like the scrolls of a...
Yeah, exactly. It's just like what? It's like, oh yeah, this is a really light day.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's how my day's going.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you're not writing that list on the wall yet.
Yes. No, not yet.
You don't have all the little strings and pins.
Well, there is a whole part of the story. But yeah, so far so good though. It's nice to be busy, and it's really nice that a lot of these are paid gigs. So I'm trying to do more of that because then I think that's the ultimate test about, you know, if you're, a speaker people want to hire, or if they like your comedy, will they pay you? And if the answer is yes, then you've got an audience.
On your way. You're on your way. Yeah. You may want to touch base with Paul after the show or something on some hosting tips, because Paul is a fantastic host.
Oh, awesome! I will.
And hosting is a whole different animal than doing a set.
Oh, I know. I have part of the COVID fund. Actually, COVID hasn't been entirely bad from a performance point of view because I met a lot of American comics, and I'm in this super secret group for Black comics. That's like I think there's like more than 1,000. And so I posted. I said, what are your hosting tips? And I thought, okay, I'll get a couple of suggestions because I've gotten feedback over the years, and their feedback blew me away because I heard things I never considered and things that make it easier to sort of like be in the moment and just sort of adapt and pivot. So I just thought, oh, this is great. Not fixed rules, but things I can adapt.
Well, my take on hosting, I've done it a couple of times, and I don't think I'm a very great host. But my take on hosting is to start with, when you start doing it, you should have some sort of framework, but everybody hosts in their own kind of style. Everybody brings something to the art of hosting that is unique to them. And until you find that, stay in the framework and it'll be okay, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm not a framework person, but I'm a likability person. So I think that from the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of folks, not including what I've had before, but it just seems that likability is the big factor. Just making sure that, you know, like you're a host at a dinner, like that you're having at your home. You're making sure that everyone's comfortable, everyone's having a good time. You're checking in with them, and then if the appetizer sucks, you improve it before you bring on the next, main part. That I can do. I think the biggest challenge is if we don't have a giant audience, and then it's all comics at the back, because that's where I'm just like, like, all right, let's go, because then the roles are changed.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have one person who's not a comic in the crowd, it does make a difference. If I could give 3 quick tips, 4 corners.
Yep.
four corners. You want to make sure that you talk to people in four different sections of the room.
Okay.
So you make sure that you touch the four corners of the room, and you not more, and definitely more than two. So it's like from two to four.
Okay. I'm adding this to my list.
Yeah. I'm making it into the margins. Lisa's saying hi to all.
Hey, ladies.
There's also pandering is not great to have in your comedy set, but if you are hosting, nothing gets people to clapping than asking them to clap.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So, oh, hey, who's from out of town? That person's from out of town. Well, where are you from? Wow. Everyone give that person a round of
for being here. Yeah.
For being here.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
And it gets the audience in the habit of applauding together. The four corners, the reason you do the four corners is it means you're sort of making people comfortable with each other, right? You're because laughing is a very vulnerable position, and it's our nature to sort of not be confident to do it. That's part of the reason why comedy clubs have dark rooms, and so you don't feel so alone. You want to turn this group of individuals into a single individual just called audience. Also, when you do crowd work, when you are talking with the audience, repeat what they say. All right. They do not have a mic. It also gives you that extra second or two to think of something witty to say in return. Always try to keep it positive unless they go negative first.
Right.
And one of the other things about repeating what they say is if you hear them, they will correct you, and you can adjust that, and that little bit of an embarrassment is something that's good. When you want to transition from before you bring up your first act, you want to sort of transition from from crowd work into stand up. So have one or two questions ready to ask the audience that lead into a joke. And when you ask questions to the audience, try to leave them yes, no. That way you know what the answers could be, and you can write accordingly.
Excellent. Cool. I have not heard any of that, so thank you. And this is really good because I know what I'm going to do with that already, and I like the idea of buying time because that was the other thing. So I just thought, well, what jokes am I going to have in my back pocket? Because I've got years of jokes, but knowing where I'd lead would be great. How do you deal with not having comics in your lineup that you haven't seen, like that don't have clips anywhere? Because I was looking at that going, I won't know.
I haven't had the pleasure of working with this person before, but here's the other thing. Never introduce somebody as funny.
No. Ever.
Never mention that they are funny. Or
the audience will be the judge of that.
Or also don't say, "Oh, I love working with this guy. Working with my now." You don't want to because then let's say for example, I'll say that to Paul, but I won't say that about Mike. It's all about like, well, what the fuck, So
let's face it, Claudio, you do prefer working with me over Mike.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you there.
No, that's a really good point because I've been to a lot of shows where the host says, "Oh, this person's really funny," but it feels fake. Like
it's contrived.
Two reasons to that. You want to do that because everybody has a bad night, and if that person goes out and has a bad set, then your credibility in introducing people is questionable.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Claudio.
Oh, I was just gonna say for how I usually say it is, let's say for a next person, I'm like, folks, just give a round of applause for this person. That's it. I don't, I don't say, this person's very funny. And again, because I let the audience decide if that person is gonna be likable or not. So I just say, all right, folks, so y'all ready for more? Give a round of applause for Mike Gamache, and then I keep going. I'm like, hey, y'all still have some energy in there, and then I'll make some noise for Paul Ash, and then there we go. And then what I. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Claudia. Sorry, I thought you were done.
And then what I tell comics to do usually, now I'm starting to learn about this, is if you have a show, plug it in at the end of your stuff, like, oh, my name is Don Zankler, catch me on Saturday, blah blah blah, and then there we go. Because what I find hosts do most of the time is, all right, so they plug you in, and then people are gonna kind of like forget. So I find like hosting is just, all right, so bring up this person, it's gonna be the audience's decision if they like you, and then you plug in your stuff, and then you say, if you like, if y'all want to see more of my stuff, come and check me out, and then there we go.
I would ask for acts that you're not familiar with 2 salient points, and alternatives to saying somebody's funny is they're clever, or they're like if you've seen them before.
Yeah.
They're clever, they're charming, they have a great wit or whatever. That way, if people don't like them, it could be, oh, okay, well, that style's not for me.
Exactly.
You can also introduce them as if you've been on shows with them, you say, I've had the pleasure of appearing on shows with this person. I hope you enjoy him as much as I've enjoyed him.
Yeah.
Bring him on,
Yeah, but I think so far for the 2 that I don't know, I have Facebook.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're from Toronto.
You can send them a message, like I said, 2 salient points.
Yeah.
Like what city are they from?
Yeah.
That's a salient point. Ask them what's interesting about them, what they did before they started doing comedy, or what their current day job is.
They may have an interesting day job,
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and
sorry, Claudio, I didn't mean to jump in. And another thing too, like Paul was saying about bringing the audience and making them as one. You also want to sort of like be like, you're up on stage, but you're also sort of part of the audience. You want to bring them along with you. So you relate to them in a way that we're all going to watch this great comedy show. We're going to have a good time. So you want to bring that forward. You want to unify them behind and say, I'm one of you guys. We're going to
we're in this together. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and whatever you do not do a 40-minute set.
No. I have. I think I was told to do 8 minutes off the top.
Claudio, the bad old days. Yes.
No, my camera is deciding to be all.
If camera is probably like, oh, I think we know who you're talking about. That's why I'm going to blur for a little bit.
There we go. Whoa, no, it didn't work.
God damn.
Okay. Maybe it'll fix itself.
Yeah, try wiping the camera, Don. There we go.
So
No. Oh, there we go.
There it is. There we are.
It's just being difficult. I'm just gonna. There we go.
So
thank you guys.
Oh, my pleasure. Last couple days, I was getting up at 5 a.m.
That's good. I like that. 5 a.m. is good.
How far out of town was this gig?
Montebello.
Montebello. Okay.
So I've been told the most romantic thing I have ever said. One of my previous partners said the most romantic thing, because I'm not a morning person, was I told them that I love them more than I hate mornings. That's my level of romance.
You're such a softie.
So the fact that I get up at like 5 in the morning last couple days is. It just hurts me so much. It just
did the roll call for bleary eyed?
I didn't say anything but a roll because I nothing that I can talk about.
Yes, I know you can't talk about it, but yeah, okay.
Does anyone any media that people are looking forward to coming out or starting? Claudio, why have you not talked to us about the Mini Saints in Newark?
I didn't see it.
Claudio,
look, all 3 of our mouths went I'm
going before you.
A friend of mine. I might go see it on. Well, I'm gonna go see it on Saturday, but I did spoil myself with a few clips. I'm like, son of a bitch. I was on TikTok and then someone posted the ending. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm seeing it for free.
Idiot.
Yeah,
I know.
There's
No, it was
assholes
H.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like whatever. But no, but no, I'm gonna go see it sometime this weekend. But I do want to go see There's No Time to Die, and then I definitely want to go see Dune.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
Dune.
Dune.
Oh,
And then
somebody, a friend of mine said she saw Dune. She said, "Wow, it was the fastest 2.5 hours she's ever spent in a theater." She says
Nice.
it went by like it was just so riveting
Nice.
that time went by, and she was like, "That was 2.5 hours long."
Villeneuve is such an amazing director.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And
yeah.
also I want to go see Ridley Scott's
Snyder.
coming out with a film called The Duel with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then he's also coming out a new movie called The House of Gucci with Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, Jared Leto. I'm like, all right, it's Ridley Scott. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, no, but I'm curious about The Last Duel. That's gonna be something, but Dune is before, and then also No Time to Die. I heard some good things about it, so that's gonna be on my
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, apparently it is a very good,
Yeah, it's a
very
3 hour.
Rami
Darren
Malek in
Aronofsky
it
has a
is.
new film coming out, doesn't he?
I'm sorry.
Darren Aronofsky.
Yes, he has a new film coming out. I don't know when exactly though it's coming out.
It's something Wolf, I think. Is it?
Yes, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, no, that's it. No, but many scenes in Newark. I saw some clips. I know some friends of mine who've seen it, and they said it was. They didn't like it, but the more I'm reading about it, I'm like, it's a Soprano story, so it's not focusing. And then everyone was complaining about how Michael Gandolfini did not look the part. But I'm like, I bet you this has something to like. It starts like it's like an intro to how he got into this life,
Right.
Mhm.
So I want to, so I'm excited. And then there are a lot of people like, yeah, but in the series, like they mention this, I'm like, well, it's a start. It focuses on one character, but something that really, 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 and then again, the article I read is like, because in The Sopranos, for people who didn't watch it, so Tony talks to a psychiatrist. A character in this film talks to someone. So it kind of resembles how Tony talks to a psychiatrist in the series, but here in the film, it resembles on how this character is going through stuff, and he's talking to someone
Mhm,
in the film. So I'm like, that is an interesting take.
mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it's it's voiced by a famous Soprano character. Because apparently the beginning is really shocking. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what they've done here. So yeah. Has anybody watched Squid Games on Netflix?
My son has. I'm worried. My son's 10 and he's watched it, and I was just
Your
like, I don't
son
think
watched. Your son's watching
Yeah.
Squid Games.
he
Oh my
watched it. I
God.
didn't know what it was before.
It's
And I was
so
just like, oh my
violent.
God. Like,
It's
why are you
so
watching this?
violent. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode up until the point a knife went up a guy's nose.
Lovely.
Oh my God.
I mean, not all the way up. It was like they were kind of questioning him and threatening to cut his nose. And it's like, if you've seen Chinatown.
Yes,
Yes.
Chinatown. Yeah.
that was so gross.
Yeah.
That was, I'm not, at that point, I was no, I'm not eating my Wheaties watching this.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow.
But it's all over social media. A lot of people really have glommed onto it as like we're really interested. So I don't know if it's been oversold to me or not, but
I'm gonna watch it eventually. It's on my list.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through some Ridley Scott films now because I want to watch The Last Duel. I saw Exodus, Gladiator, and then
Gladiator started production with 19 pages of script.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
There's not
They're
a lot of dialogue.
They're improving everything, or what? Jeez.
Well, they were writing as they went, and
Okay.
and there, if you watch that film, there's not a lot of dialogue.
No.
Oh.
Right? It's like, oh, we need a fight scene. Let's involve tigers, and that's why there's some continuity errors.
Mhm.
Like if you go on YouTube and do a search for continuity errors in Gladiator, you'll see that there's a lot, because they weren't thinking about what shot was coming next and what's going to be in it, and so that's the way it goes. TV series that are coming up. I think the Orville is about to restart. I haven't seen Foundation yet. I kind of wanted to see Foundation. Anyway, the Orville is pretty much the best Star Trek series.
Was
No
a
one?
comedy.
Biting? Don's not biting on
I
that one?
haven't seen it.
I
'Cause
haven't
thought
seen
would
it
be
either.
Stupid.
And I'm
But now I will see it.
Well, okay.
I'm not a Trekkie, but I do like Star Trek, and I haven't seen it either. So
Okay.
I
Well,
only saw
the
season
thing
one.
is, the first season, the first
Mhm.
4 episodes or so, you're going, oh, it's Seth MacFarlane, right? If you had enough of Seth MacFarlane.
yeah,
But then they start doing things like classic Trek, like morality play.
right.
Oh.
They still have dick jokes, but they do a good job of treating, of having them deal with
Yeah.
moral questions.
Okay. Cool.
I am going to have to leave you guys. I don't usually leave it halfway through a show, but I have something that's waiting for me that I have got to attend to. So I'm going to say goodbye and see you guys all next week. And thanks to the audience for coming by and tuning in. And
Bye,
till
Lise.
next week. Bye,
See you
Lise.
next
Viewer
week.
who
Bye,
hasn't
Mike.
announced himself.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. There is a new show that's starting tomorrow that's filmed in Montreal, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Do you guys want to see the trailer or?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, it's a comedy. It's a CBS production being filmed in Montreal. So, let me see if I can bring this up quick.
Oh,
This is a
so we
trailer.
own this now?
As I explained to your wife on the phone, her relative passed away and left her this estate. There are a limited number of buyers for property this size, right? So you have your bed and breakfast operators.
What if we opened a bed and breakfast?
Okay, this is huge.
And it's all ours. Wow. New York is full of people. You're never alone.
This must be the new folks that own the house.
In cleansing the space, you light this stuff and it wards off evil spirits.
What did she say? Does that work? It's actually delightful. Oh.
That's divine. Reminds me of Torch Village.
People, there's enough spirit repellent for all of us. We are ghosts. While most spirits pass on to the afterlife. Oh, good for her. We dwell on.
It's the summer of '98. Tara Reid's birthday.
Who is Tara Reid?
She was a movie star.
Silent to talk, you sweetheart.
What is the movie again?
It's the play that they project on a screen.
What is play?
God, I hate being the most recently dead.
This place is gonna make an amazing hotel.
Hotel is our worst nightmare.
We'll be overrun. Over my dead body. I know. Why don't we just scare them away? We're ghosts.
The line between the living and ourselves is one we should respect. Who are we to... Getting walked through. It's probably the worst pain I can think of.
Let's hunt these bastards out of here.
Okay, Thor is able to do that thing with the electrics.
Isaac died of dysentery.
That smells like a fart when the living walk through you.
Hey,
Nice try, that was you.
Trevor has to do his amazing thing.
Whoa, that's not good.
Sam! Oh my God, Sam! While you were sleeping for 2 weeks, coma, I had a contractor come in.
You're dressed kind of nice for a construction worker.
She talked to me!
Good God.
How are your hands?
Yeah, hold on.
I wasn't sure about it at first, but...
What the hell?
Who are you? What are you looking at?
At least they left the light on.
Damn it.
There we go.
That was funny.
Yeah, and it's shot in Montreal, so I'm looking forward to seeing some familiar faces in it.
Cool.
I know Heidi Foss is actually going to be in it, so that's pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward. That airs tomorrow. First episode airs tomorrow. So it's a
you know what? I'll Google it.
yeah, it's CBS in the States. I'm not sure exactly who's carrying it here. And there we are. Claudio is sort of back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's something that is filming here in Montreal, and
Awesome.
Yeah, there it is. Lisa's saying that looks really good. I agree. The thing is, it's actually based on a British sitcom that's been running for 2 years.
Oh.
So it's just an Americanized. Now there's a lot of British shows that have been Americanized. For example, The Office is probably the big one most people think of. There was a British show called Steptoe and Sons, which became Sanford and Son.
Cool.
In North America, but then there's Coupling, there's somebody answer some of the British ones that didn't succeed. Being Human ran 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah,
which was a sci-fi series about a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost sharing an apartment.
Oh, I remember that now with the description. Yeah,
and that was a British show first. So
okay.
There's a lot of things that have ported over, and did you see how many familiar faces were in that?
Some people, I kind of did a double take, but I was just like thinking, where did I see them before? I couldn't quite place them.
Mm-hmm. The main woman, the woman who inherits the house, was a child actor and has been acting nonstop since. I mean, she was in Xena. She was the Yellow Power Ranger.
Oh my God.
She has done all these things, and now she's playing somebody who's inherited a house with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fun. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the actor playing the husband is incredibly funny in anything he's ever done. The ghosts in the basement. That was just, at least they leaving the light on. Click. Oh. So.
No, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. It really does. So we'll see. It airs tomorrow, so maybe we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And yeah, there's other movies. I want to see The Eternals. I want to see.
Yeah, same. I want The Eternals. Looks like something interesting. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of Spider-Man. I'm like I saw the trailer from even Venom. Like I heard mixed reviews about Venom. I'm like,
I'm not going to see Venom.
Yeah, same. Like I mean. So don't get me wrong. The first film was really fun. Like it was a fun. But then it was. I'm like, all right. Like to me, Venom felt like it was just a quick. All right. So DC came out with this. All right. What character can we do? Venom. All right. Who could play Tom Hardy? All right. So then I'm like, all right.
Oh, no, I like the first one, but the second one feels like it's being set up to be just all about gore. And that's not really, I'm not into that. So,
well, it's an hour and a half, and again, some friends might have seen it, and they've been saying it felt very rushed. It felt rushed because they're setting up something for the third Venom film, and I'm like, oh, okay.
There's a couple things about it. It has to be part of the reason it would probably feel rushed is everything has to be approved by both Sony and Marvel.
Yeah.
Right. So you got 2 levels of execs over it. Third, Venom is he's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Right. First off, he's not even a villain if he doesn't involve Spider-Man. Why is he wearing a spider symbol on himself if it wasn't for the fact that he was supposed to be Spider-Man's suit for a while?
Well,
So all of that is just thrown out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they went with another route of where it was a space symbiote.
Well, no, it was a space symbiote originally as well, and but Spider-Man was looking for a new costume, and so he found the symbiote. He thought it was just like something. It was a prison that was holding the symbiote. He thought it was a matter replicator that created a costume for him.
Yeah.
But it's bloodthirsty nature.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, going back to the first one, like it was rated PG-13 and it was supposed to be gore, but you could see where there should have been violence. I'm like, it's not working.
It's like he's going to bite that guy's head off, and then you just see the guy's hips and legs fall to the ground. Like you don't see the top part, so you don't see the gore. So
Yeah.
the gore was there, just implied instead of shown.
Which in a way
is usually better in a film.
Yeah, but here it didn't. I'm like, all right, there it is.
I just the fact that they're making Morbius, right? Sony's making all the Spider-Man villains movies that they can.
Yeah, Morbius. I'm not sure about it. I don't know if it's coming out soon. I think they pushed it to next year. Yeah, and then, but actually, the one film I'm really interested to seeing is Blade, the remake of Blade. That's the only Blade and the Eternals. That's all.
There it is.
Yeah,
I guess last week you must have talked about Shang Chi.
Yeah, it's coming on Disney Plus next month, so I'm not gonna see it in theaters.
I saw it in theaters and I loved it.
Really?
I loved it.
It's really good.
Nice.
It felt equivalent to Black Panther for me because I loved. I don't know very much about mythology, Chinese mythology, or actually Japanese mythology or Korean mythology, but I loved the movie. And I want to read more and to understand it a little bit better. But I loved the different ways that people with connections to Asian heritage were portrayed, especially Aquafina. And that's,
nice. I heard the first 10 minutes of the film was really good, and then the rest was just like, okay.
No, it does have like the lull points, but you need the lull points to make the action points hit higher. It was well paced, well written, well acted. A friend of mine who works for Fantasia, going to China who speaks Chinese, goes to Fantasia, or he scouts in China for films, so he's familiar with the many different accents and dialects of Chinese. Said that they kept it very consistent, that the Chinese that was spoken was right. I mean, if people dislike subtitles, they might dislike that film, but learn how to read.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It's got to be my take on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the Aquafina, like we actually discussed, I think last week, Dawn, you missed out. Aquafina got a little bit of flack because of the black scent thing.
Exactly.
The thing is,
but I don't want her. I don't want them to take. I don't want them to take her out of the movie. Like, I hope the flack doesn't stick and stop her from being in the future, because she was just essential.
Yeah, it was addressed very well.
Exactly.
It was very much a team building and a growth type film.
Yeah.
So, and a cameo from a minor MCU character who recurred and was in the end credit scenes, where it was awesome.
Yeah.
What I would love to see is just Chris Sanderford is a local Montreal comedian who he lives in Toronto now, but he's also a cast member of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, cool.
And he has a new American sitcom coming out later this year. I would love to see him and Aquafina just do anything together, because I think they would be just such an amazing, like the way that they both seem to bounce stuff off of the other actors they're with. Yeah.
I haven't seen very much of his acting work, just the comedy stuff, but wow, cool.
Yeah. He is very much the same kind of character. I mean, cool. He was in the Canadian show Cavendish. He played Dr. Green, so he played a very young doctor who was like very casual, but still had that rapid method of speaking that Chris Sanderford has.
Yeah.
He was just he's amazing.
Cool.
So because he went to Australia to film for this American sitcom that he has coming up later this year or in next year, and they were filming it in Australia, and I just at the same time that they were filming Shang-Chi, and I was going, oh, he couldn't say what he was working on. Is he going to be in Chris, is it
Yeah.
I didn't know if because Love and Thunder was filming it in Australia at the same
Oh.
time, and Shang Chi was filming,
Mhm.
and he was down there and said he was filming, and I was going, "Have you made it into the MCU?" Because like he's done BattleCom, he's a huge
Cool.
nerd.
Yeah.
So and BattleCom, that's something we should be saying we're looking.
Oh
forward
my
God, yeah. We've actually put Claudio asleep.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, so BattleCom, you've sent me your choices. So you're one of two people who've sent me the choices already. So I have to compare it, and then I will be getting back to you. I think they're good, just at first look, but
No worries.
it is for those who haven't seen BattleCom. We use a lot of stand-up comedians because stand-up comedians know how to write jokes, and it is a debate style, but it's not about being right. It's about being entertaining. What's the catchphrase that goes with that, Dawn? Do you know?
Facts aren't jokes.
No, well, there's that too, but there's. I mean, the reason we know it's not about being right; it's being entertaining, is because we've watched Fox News and we learned.
Oh yeah.
Fox News is the news, and everyone enjoys fucking. I can't see with a straight face.
It's Fox fiction. Fox fiction.
Exactly. But you know, people like I know someone who got mad at me because like it's like, oh, you know, how can you this TVA news? It's news that that evolve around us. The news is real. I'm not gonna get into this debate right now. I don't want to. And he goes,
TV on news. So
you have to. If you want to lose brain cells and you want to be like, what is this garbage for 20 minutes?
There's chemicals I could take to do that. I don't need to watch.
More fun.
But I meant if you don't want to use chemicals to lose brain cells.
There's still a wall that I could hit my head against.
But just
get rid of some of these lumps. Just pound them out.
Yeah, but that's too much work. You just want to.
I meant exercise, Claudio.
Oh, sorry, I meant LCN, not TV. LCN. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. LCN is your. I call it the Quebec Fox News.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm missing out.
No, you're not missing out.
Oh, shoot. I came into this show. We're out of time, but I wanted to ask you guys, is there a movie that you loved when it came out that if you were to watch it now, you would go, oh, this cannot be made, or this I feel guilty kind of sharing it.
Don, go first.
That's a good question. I don't know. I have a soft spot for really bad movies. So, like B movies, like Sharknado. Yeah, exactly. So I find it. Oh my God. Yeah, but that's not even.
No, I like B movies that have heart. So Sharknado doesn't hit the.
I don't know if any of the movies, because there's just like really, really bad ones, and I used to watch them back to back on Space. A couple years ago.
Sharknado was made to be bad. I like the ones that
are accidentally bad.
Yeah, or just like low budget. Like I'll go on about Radioactive Dreams any day, and I think that's an amazing film. But by the way, it's free on YouTube. There's a rights issue, so you can find it on YouTube. You will not find it on DVD.
So what's it called again?
Copy. Radioactive Dreams.
Radioactive Dreams. Okay.
Yeah, Claudio, you've
no, go ahead. No, go ahead. Honestly, oh fuck, is there a movie that honestly there's no, oh my God, why am I having a hard time with this? Oh, The Room.
The Room was bad to begin with.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, if it came out today, it would have been just as worse because there are things in there that would not fly today. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, why?
I don't think they flew when they came out.
No. I find like nobody paid attention to them when it came out. Like it wasn't as. But if it came out today, like no, Tommy Wiseau would be canceled. Would be oh man. Like,
okay, all right. I'm gonna show you guys the album cover and talk about album cover, the DVD cover of a film that I recently showed a friend, and it was like There's no way this can be made. There is no way any studio would touch this, let alone a major studio, and also one that has such a huge soundtrack at the time. They had a huge pop star makes a live appearance in the film. It stars an actor who is still beloved today. He the Utopia TV series. He's one of the main actors. I am talking about John Cusack in Better Off Dead.
Oh God, yeah. John
trigger
Cusack.
warning. Trigger warning for anyone. Like this guy, he's he's a super nice person. I've had the chance to interview him. It's the basis of the film is a high school student who is obsessed over his girlfriend gets dumped. And there's at least it's a trigger warning, 4 suicide attempts in it, which are all played for laughs.
Oh.
Yeah, and the female characters are, I know women who loved that film when it came out, but all the female characters are, I don't think it would pass the bench tall test.
Oh yeah.
There's the ex-girlfriend who is sort of like trying to get a better class of boyfriend. Like obviously she's dating rich. There is the foreign exchange student who, for most of the movie, no one realizes can speak English. She's in from France. There are the little brother who's like 8 or 9 years old, who is some uber genius, and like one of the things he does in it is he reads a book about how to pick up trashy women, and then does. The mother is a stay-at-home housewife, and the big joke is she can't cook. Yeah, but all of this, the cast is amazing. The music is amazing. There's I don't know if you remember. I think her name was Pia Zadora. She's the lead singer of the band that plays for the high school dance that they have. Like Van Halen has it. It's got a mix of animation as well as like it's live action, but there's animated things going in there. This is before the age of CGI. It's an amazing story, and it also, I think, it kicked off the skiing craze that was in a lot of teen movies.
Oh yeah.
Right in the 80s. This came out in 1984. So, and it's there's so many things that if you were to pitch this movie to a studio today, that they'd go,
it wouldn't work.
No.
What is this?
Yeah,
I don't know why I yelled that one.
Definitely like a lack of ethnic characters, and then there's 2 in there who are brothers, who always appear to show up to Drag Race with John Cusack's Lane character. And then it gets revealed that one of the brothers doesn't speak English, and the other one learned how to speak English from watching a wide world of sports. So what's better, not speaking English or speaking Howard Cosell? Yeah. So it's a oh man.
It's a definitely a movie for its time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you don't. I know. Honestly, before we go, I was gonna say there's a movie that reminds when I saw this in theaters, I loved Tropic Thunder, and I rewatched it. I watched it a while ago.
It got in trouble when it came out.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, it was a fun. But now I'm noticing. I'm like, oh man, it was because it was a fun, stupid movie, and then I'm like, yeah, no, it wouldn't fly today. It would not fly today, sadly. But that's just what do I know?
It actually like when it came out, it faced, because it was meant to be edgy. This John Cusack film, like to the people of my generation, people my age, it was on the same lines as The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Right. Who's the director? The director was sort of a legend of his own. Yes, Savage Steve Holland. That's the guy's name, Savage Steve Holland, and he did a bunch of stuff. But do we want to see the trailer? It's only like the 1 minute version of the trailer.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
All right. So trigger warning for anyone out there for the stuff that we've already mentioned. This is the Better Off Dead, 1985. I thought it was 84. 1985 trailer.
Does it ever feel like everyone's got more going than you do? Oops. That everyone is smart.
So you're Al Myers' kid? Yes, I am. You look pretty stupid to me.
Thank you. You say the best skier in town just ran off with your girlfriend? Even your younger brother does better than you do? And that nobody even cares?
Zach broke up with me.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you might be right. But remember one thing.
I haven't even been to New York City.
Nobody was ever better off dead.
The truth is, I can outski you any day of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want a race? I'll take you on any day, sucker.
Go that way, really fast. If something gets in your way, turn.
All you need is guts.
All right, now turn.
I'm gonna race, I'm gonna lose, and I'm gonna die, in that order.
Go.
And you'll never doubt yourself again.
He's skiing on one ski.
Better off dead.
That's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that.
An abnormal look at a normal.
Wow. I think, well, I really liked seeing Snot from Revenge of the Nerds in there.
Yeah. Well, but that is a hugely troubling film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
That is rape by deception.
Yes,
And
totally.
we took that as normal when we were kids. This is one of the things that I think a lot of people don't recognize is there's a lot of subtle things that children learn. Young people are learning. Your kid watched Squid Game. Sorry, I'm not saying that.
I was shocked.
Watching violence, creates kids who will commit violence. But I am saying that you need to be aware of like the attitudes that are generated. That's one of the things. There was a local journalism student who wrote an article that ended up being picked up by the Globe and Mail, and I think the Washington Post as well, about recruiting techniques of incels and white supremacists, in the fact that
on TikTok and social media platforms, right?
Exactly. So making it seem like trigger is a joke word.
Yeah.
All right. So then you can completely devalue anyone who's mentioning being triggered. And,
exactly.
And this is kind of a learned thing, and that's looking back now of these things that are what we as adults, in current society, we view as wrong, and the fact that so much of it was done just so casually.
Mm.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, it's just perspective gives us interesting ways of looking at things. I mean, even from Pepe Le Pew in the cartoons with the nose being ignored. I think it gives us, we look at it differently than we did then, but it's troubling how much we digested without realizing it or looking at it critically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that bright note.
Yeah, exactly. On that
look
bright note.
Look at your media critically.
Indeed.
Yes. Actually, we should do an episode of that next week, looking at the media critically. Well, this is bad because,
I auditioned for a movie, an animated movie, doing voiceover work. I auditioned for it, and I thought my audition was awesome, and I didn't get it, and I was sort of heartbroken. And I've now seen the trailer for that movie to come out. It's called Fireheart. It looks amazing, but the character I auditioned for is not in the trailer. So, well, the thing is, maybe they just wrote the character out, or whoever did it just couldn't do it as good as me. but it's I'm looking for it. I'm going to go see it because it does look like an amazing film.
Cool.
But it's it hurt when I didn't get that one because I thought I did such a great audition.
Yeah, no, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. I auditioned for something, and then did you get a call back, or did you or did you not get an answer at all?
I sent in a self tape and didn't get an answer. So
okay, no, the same thing with me. They're like, oh,
this is also like 2 years ago because it takes a long time to animate a film.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So they need to kind of get an idea of the cadence of the speaking before they can animate the mouth.
Yeah.
So a lot of the recording happens first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
All right. It is. It's 11 past 1. So
yeah.
I really should be awake. Look at me. Look how tired I look.
Oh, I can tell how tired you are. I hope you can get a nap or something.
So do I, because tonight is sold out.
Oh.
For the Wiggle Room.
Mm-hmm.
And though I'm not performing, I'm going to be just there managing my client, the Love Doctor. It's I do hope that I'll be awake to watch him. So
excellent.
Bow, bow, bow.
All right,
everybody. Yeah, we're gonna be back here next week.
And hopefully we'll have Claudio's attention next week.
No, you have my attention. I'm just everything, like, I don't know. I want everything done like neatly, so I'm kind of the
workhorse. We get it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Paul Ash on behalf of Don Zanklin and Claudio Capri. Everyone have a good week. And,
yeah, you too.
Check in and say hi to us.
Exactly.
Remember, I love you.